Glenn Hardin, LSU. Tall, lanky, and long leg. LSU's Glenn Slats Hardin utilized his physique to great advantage. World-renowned advantage, in fact. During an era when freshmen were not allowed to compete on the varsity team, Hardin bided his time by setting a world record and securing silver in the 400-meter hurdles at the 1932 Olympics. As a varsity letter winner, he was just as dominating. Thanks to Hardin's double wins in the 440 and the 220 low hurdles, LSU struck gold by winning the team title at the 1933 NCAA Track Field Championships. Hardin doubled up on that at the NCAAs the very next year, later soaring to a world record that stood for 2 decades. They called him Slats. And tonight we'll call LSU's Glenn Hardin a Hall of Famer. Representing his daddy is Billy Hardin right here. You know, your dad's been gone for about 50 years now. What would he think of what's going on tonight, what we just rolled right there?
Well, you know, my dad came from a farming family in the Delta of Mississippi, and he would be honored and very, very proud and appreciative of this award.
I said to Billy last night, I said, tell me a story about your dad. And he goes, well, my dad wasn't a storyteller, but he certainly had stories to tell. We talked about, you know, what a great track man he was, what a great football player he was. But let's go back to 1936, and we talked about Louis and the movie and his relationship with Louis Zamperini.
Yeah. Well, a lot of you might remember the movie and the book, Unbroken. And Louis Zamperini was the best guy on the book. It was about him in the book and after the war. But he was going to Southern California, and he made the 1936 Olympic team, and went over to Berlin, Germany for the Olympic Games, and he and my dad seemed to just kind of make friends. So they hung around together. My dad went out, he won the gold medal, and so after he ran and Luis ran, they were on a bus going down Berlin, and my dad said, let's go on the top and see if we can get one of those flags. So they climb up there, and he was real short, so my dad just reached up there, and he grabbed hold of one of those flags, and he stuck it in his pocket. Well, Zamperini kept saying, Slats, I want to get me a flag too. So the bus stopped, and he jumps out of the bus, and my dad goes after him. And he says, what are you doing? He says, I'm going down there to that telephone pole, because it's got flags up there. I'm going to climb that telephone pole, and I'm going to get me a flag. And anyway, he goes over there. He's halfway up the flag pole, telephone pole, and the police start coming after him. And they're hollering at him, and he jumps down, and because he was a miler, he takes off running. Well, all these police are going after him, and they can't catch up with him. Finally, he gets so far ahead of them, they just quit.
That's a good story. Hey, what'd you learn from your dad when it came to the hurdles? Because those of you who don't know, Billy was an Olympic hurdler as well, a national champion, LSU, 64 Olympics. The first father and son Olympians in the same track and field event. What did you learn from your dad?
Thank you. Thank you very much. One of the main things that I remember about my dad helping me with, most of the time he stayed away from the coaches and he would just observe me. But when I was in high school, Baton Rouge High, he would come out occasionally and he would stand in the curve of the track. And I would be running laps, and as I would run by him, he would start saying, Billy, relax. Billy, let your jaws relax, where they bounce when you're running. And he just kept working on relax, relax, relax. And that just stayed with me throughout my total career.
I noticed when Sam handed you the medal,
Yeah.
he put it right by your heart right there. What were you thinking?
I did.
What was going through your mind right then?
Well, I just felt like that I was representing him and that he would be very happy, and I was just giving it to him from my heart.
One more time, Billy Hardin here for his dad, Slats Hardin.